My doctor looked up from my chart last spring, pushed his glasses up his nose, and said, "Ruth, I need to ask you something." I said, "Sure, go ahead." He said, "What are you doing? Not what medications are you taking, not what supplements, just what are you doing?" Because my blood work looked like a healthy woman in her late 50s. My joints were moving like someone in her early 60s, and I am 89 years old. He asked me to write it down for him. I told him it wasn't a pill, it wasn't a powder, it was 5 things I do every single morning before 8 a.m. He pulled out a notepad. I talked, he wrote. 6 months later, his office manager called to tell me that 3 of his older patients had asked what changed because their numbers had improved. I hadn't spoken to those patients a day in my life. My grandson, Tyler, visited in August. He's 44, works in finance in Charlotte, goes to the gym 3 times a week, takes care of himself. He's proud of it. I'm proud of him. We decided to walk to the end of my road and back, just over a mile. Flat ground, easy pace. Halfway back, I noticed Tyler had gone quiet. I looked over. He was breathing through his mouth, both hands on his hips. I wasn't. I was just walking. He looked at me the way people look at a magic trick. "How?" he said. Just that one word, how. I told him the same thing I'm going to tell you right now. Here is what almost everyone gets wrong about aging. They think the number on their birthday cake is what's doing the damage. It isn't. What's doing the damage is the first 45 minutes after you open your eyes. That window from the moment you wake up to the moment you walk out the door, that is where your body decides whether today it will repair itself or whether it will simply survive the day. Your age sets the ceiling. Your morning habits determine whether you hit it or stay on the floor. I spent my first 84 years doing it wrong, and I have 5 years of proof that doing it right changes everything. 4 years ago, I could not get out of bed without gripping the nightstand. My hips ached. My back was stiff from the moment I opened my eyes. By noon, I was already looking at the couch. My daughter Margaret started leaving brochures on my counter-assisted living communities, active senior places, gentle suggestions wrapped in glossy paper. I wasn't ready to go. I'm still not ready. So instead of moving into a brochure, I started paying attention, reading, testing, watching what actually changed things, not what people sold me, what I could verify in my own body every single morning. What I found were 5 habits, so simple I was almost embarrassed I hadn't figured them out earlier, but here they are. And I'm not keeping them to myself. Habit 1, the 2-minute sit. The moment my feet touch the floor each morning, I do not stand up. I sit on the edge of the mattress for exactly 2 minutes. Here is why that matters. You have been lying flat for 7 or 8 hours. Every drop of blood in your body has settled into your core. Your legs are essentially empty. Stand up fast, and your heart cannot pump blood to your brain quickly enough. You get dizzy, you wobble, maybe you fall. Falls do not sound dangerous until you watch a neighbor go into a hospital because of one and never come home. My friend Dorothy rushed out of bed to answer her phone one February morning. She fell. She broke her hip. I visited her in the rehabilitation center 2 months later, and she grabbed my hand and said, "Ruth, why didn't I just slow down?" So I sit. I roll my ankles 10 circles each direction. I flex my feet forward and back 10 times. This wakes up the calf muscles and starts pushing blood back toward my heart, like priming a pump before you start an engine. After 2 minutes, I stand up slowly. No dizziness, no wobble. Steady as the floor itself. Habit 2, the 7-minute spine reset. After I stand, I do not rush to the bathroom. I lie back down, and I spend 7 minutes with 2 pillows under my knees. Here is what your spine does overnight. The discs between your vertebrae lose fluid while you sleep. By morning, you are actually half an inch shorter than you were when you went to bed, and those discs are compressed and dry. If you start bending and moving before they rehydrate, you are grinding pressure onto softened cartilage. That is the real reason so many people wake up with back pain, not their age, not their mattress. Their timing. 2 pillows under the knees tilts the pelvis just enough to take all pressure off the lower spine. In 7 minutes, those discs absorb fluid back. When I stand up, after this, I have no stiffness, none. I walk to the bathroom the same way I walked at 60 straight, easy, no shuffle. My neighbor Gerald is 68. Every morning he jumps out of bed and immediately bends over to touch his toes, thinking he's helping his back. He has been to the chiropractor 11 times this year. I have been 0. I told him about the pillows. He tried it for a week, said it felt like wasting time, and quit. Last month he told me his back has never been worse. That is the cost of impatience. Habit 3, the 3-minute abdominal wake-up. Before I eat or drink anything, before coffee, before water, I spend 3 minutes standing in my kitchen massaging my abdomen. Slow, clockwise circles, right hand, gradually pressing a little deeper with each pass. Your digestive system does not simply switch on the moment you get out of bed. It needs a signal. For most people, that signal is caffeine or food dropped into an unprepared stomach. That is why so many older adults deal with bloating, acid reflux, and constipation every single morning. They are force starting an engine that has not warmed up. This massage does 3 things. It stimulates the natural wave-like muscle contractions that move food through your intestines. It increases blood flow to your digestive organs, and it releases any gas that built up overnight. And I know that sounds unglamorous, but trapped gas causes real pain and real discomfort in older bodies, and most people just silently suffer it. A woman named Helen at my church had been on 4 different medications for digestive problems for 2 years. I showed her this technique. She called me 2 months later. She had come off 2 of the medications with her doctor's blessing. She said, "Ruth, I feel like a completely different person in the morning." 3 minutes, that is all it cost her. Habit 4, the upright sit. I am going to talk about something almost nobody discusses, but that quietly steals independence from more older adults than almost any other single thing. Bladder control. When you sit on the toilet and lean forward, which most people do without thinking, you put direct, sustained pressure on your bladder and pelvic floor. Do that every single morning for 50 years, and you have trained those muscles to weaken. That is why people my age plan every outing around bathroom locations. That is why their world quietly shrinks. I sit upright, spine straight, shoulders back, feet flat on the floor. That one posture change keeps everything properly aligned and uncompressed. My doctor checked my bladder function last year and told me I have the control of a woman in her mid-50s. I have not changed my diet. I have not done special exercises. I changed one posture consistently every morning. It costs nothing. It takes no extra time. The difference between keeping that independence at 89 and losing it is nothing more than how you sit. Habit 5 minutes of cold air. Every morning before breakfast, I open my back door and stand on my porch barefoot for 5 minutes. Rain, sun, or winter. My neighbors have learned to just wave. When your bare feet touch cold ground, your body activates brown fat, the metabolically active tissue that generates heat by burning calories. Your blood vessels constrict and then dilate, training your cardiovascular system the same way a short sprint trains your heart. And your body releases norepinephrine, a hormone that reduces inflammation and sharpens your focus for the rest of the morning. I have not had a cold in 3 years. I am not calling that magic. I am saying, my immune system is challenged and strengthened every single day, the same way a muscle only gets stronger when it is actually used. Most people my age keep their homes at 78 degrees, wear 3 layers indoors, and shield themselves from every temperature variation. Then winter arrives, and they catch everything that goes around. My son-in-law Robert visited from Phoenix at Christmas. We stepped outside to get the mail. It was 38 degrees. He lasted 45 seconds before he went back in. I stood out there for 10 more minutes. When I came inside, he said, "You're not normal, Ruth." I told him that was the nicest thing anyone had said to me all week. You do not need ice baths. You do not need a cold shower. 5 minutes of cold air on bare feet is enough. Your body will resist the first week. Then it will adapt. Then it will start expecting it. Now here is what took me the longest to understand. These 5 habits are not 5 separate things. They are one thing done in 5 steps. The 2-minute sit wakes up your circulation, so the spine reset actually works. Rehydrating discs requires steady blood flow to the area. The spine reset removes your stiffness so you can stand comfortably in the kitchen for the abdominal massage. The massage prepares your digestive system so that whatever you eat afterward gets properly absorbed. The upright sit protects the pelvic floor that supports your posture for everything that follows. And the cold air that is the keystone, it activates every system the first 4 habits have gently prepared. The 1 week, I skipped the cold exposure because it was raining, and I told myself it was not worth it. By day 4, I was tired earlier than usual, my focus was flat, and I had the first scratchy throat I'd felt in over 2 years. I went back outside the next morning. Within 3 days, I was back to normal. Remove 1 piece from a lock, and the door does not open. Let me give you the 5 one more time so they stay with you. Sit on the edge of your bed for 2 minutes. Roll your ankles, flex your feet, let your circulation wake up before you stand. Lie back down with 2 pillows under your knees for 7 minutes. Let your spine rehydrate. Do not rush it. Stand in your kitchen and massage your abdomen in slow clockwise circles for 3 minutes before eating or drinking anything. Wake up your digestive system on your own terms. Sit upright on the toilet. Spine straight, shoulders back. Protect your pelvic floor every morning for the rest of your life. Step outside barefoot for 5 minutes. Cold air, bare feet. Challenge your immune system. Let your body adapt. Total time, 45 minutes. No equipment, no cost, no gym. Just 5 decisions made in the right order every single morning. I want to be honest with you. Most people who watch this will nod along and change nothing. They will go right back to jolting out of bed, skipping the stillness, and wondering why their back hurts and their energy is gone by noon. That is their choice, and I don't judge it. But some of you watching right now already know something has to change. You feel it. Maybe you're 65 and you've started gripping the handrail on stairs that never bothered you before. Maybe you're 78 and your grandchildren have started treating you like you're fragile. Maybe you're 82 and your doctor mentioned assisted living last month and you are not ready for that, not yet, not ever. You are not too old. Your body is not done adapting. It is waiting for the right inputs. Tomorrow morning, set your alarm 45 minutes earlier than usual. Do these 5 things in order. See how your body feels by 9 a.m. Then do it the next day, and the one after that. I am 89 years old. I live alone. I drive myself to the grocery store, tend my garden every spring, and still outwalk my 44-year-old grandson on a flat road on a Tuesday morning. That is not genetics. My mother passed at 71. My father at 68. Heart disease took them both. That is 45 minutes a morning, repeated for 5 years. Nothing more. Your future self is already waiting for you to start.